Okay, this is a little bit of a different video than I usually do, but I wanted to make a little, like, my thoughts on the teaser for the Xenoblade 3 expansion pass. I know it says Volume 3 on here, but I'm pretty sure, yep, there it is. There's Volume 4 as well. Let's go through it. Volume 3 is cool. Like, yeah, we got a new hero. Like, a new class to play around with. And the new roguelike challenge battles. That's interesting. That looks fun. Like, don't get me wrong, that shit looks like you can have a good time, especially with the rewards you get and the single character challenges, which I believe is the only time in the game you can play as one character alone in the party, which is what I wanted. Like, I just wanted to try to solo some things as one character in the game, like in 2. So I'm glad that's here. And the throwback costumes that they're going to show in a minute, those are great. Yeah. The Jin one, that's my favorite one though so far. That's fucking cool. Jin, great villain. Tyon, great character, gets that costume. Great. That's awesome. Shulk's, I don't like his OG design, I'm not gonna lie. The hoodie and shorts combo and whatever this stuff is don't really do it for me. I like his goofy shoes though. His goofy shoes were always the best part of the outfit for me. But on Noah, bro, it does not fit at all. Looks so damn weird. And then Nia's costume on Mio, that works, you know, no complaints there. Bridget's makes sense. I think that's Melia. I think from Future Connected, so that's cool. And then Ryan's, you know, it fits Lance perfectly. That's also a very good choice. And obvious, duh. But then this, I did not expect this. Like, when I first saw this trailer, it was, I think, a day, or not a day, like, hours after the direct. Like, during work, on my lunch break, I was just on YouTube. I completely forgot about the Nintendo Direct trailer. And what I saw were screenshots of Alvis? Hold up. Screenshots of Alvis? Like this specific screenshot with the wings and the Monado one. And I legit thought, oh, that's fake. Ha, nice try. Whoever photoshopped this, it looks, to me, just at a glance, it looked like the final fight with Zanza in Xenoblade 1. I legit thought that's what it was. And then, obviously, there's Shulk. And that background also reminded me of the final fight in Xenoblade 1. And Shulk didn't look that different, to me. So, I really thought those were just really good looking photoshops that people posted up on YouTube. Like on those, what's it called? God, the word, those community tabs. But then as I'm scrolling through, listening to podcasts, I see, I'm gonna put it on screen, what's it fucking called? You'll see. This image of Mio in the Nia outfit, and I just commented, is this an update for the game, or is it a mod? I was that out of the loop. I had no idea what was going on. But what convinced me was Giga Chad Rex. I saw a screenshot of that and I was like, wait a fucking minute. Wait a fucking, is that my boy? Is that Rex Xenoblade? So then I just went on Twitter and just went on to Luxon's page, and he had tweets about it. He, what's it called, was talking about, I forget exactly what, but he just started talking about the teaser and the DLC. Keep in mind, this was hours after the direct. I was on my lunch. I had no idea that they teased anything about Xenoblade, let alone that they were included in the direct. I just forgot about it. But yeah, I thought this was fake for a while. And then I looked up the teaser, and I was fucking shocked to not only find out it was real, but that Rex has a different voice actor. What the fuck? Why? Al Weaver did a pretty good job, come on. It's more of a voice direction issue. I thought Al Weaver was a good fit for Rex. I like the voice. So yeah, I was shocked that this shit was real. And I was shocked and bummed out that Al Weaver's not back as Rex. But that's fine, that's fine. At least Rex and Shulk are back, and so is... Oops, too far. Fucking Elvis. I did not see or ever think that Elvis or the Mobius A crackpot theories were real. I read all that Mobius A, Elvis is Mobius A, Elvis is Riku shit post, and I'm like, yeah. Whatever, Elvis is gone, he ain't returning. I just thought of it like he's not relevant anymore. It's all about the Mobius and all these people. Sure, there wasn't a Mobius A, but doesn't mean it's Elvis. Just because Elvis starts with A in his Ontos doesn't mean that doesn't correlate him to being Mobius. Hell, he could still not even be Mobius A, and he's just the reason this whole Endless Now started. Because what could be powerful enough and responsible enough to gather the fear and collective minds of Ulrist and Bionis and make it come into reality? The power of the conduit. And as you can see, Elvis still has the core crystal on his necklace. And one other thing, I know I'm never doing a very good job of it right now, but pull up a screenshot and zoom in. There's no core crystal. There's no conduit / Zohar core crystal on the Aegis swords. And this is the Mithra one. The Pyra Aegis sword looks very, very different. Like there's no curved hilt. The handle's a different shade of gold, I believe. And it just doesn't look like the same sort of shade of red. It just looks very different. The Mithra sword looks identical, like minus the conduit core crystal. So that leads me to believe that they're either dead, Elvis did something to them, or maybe when they were reawakened as blades after the destruction of the World Tree, they lost the connection to the conduit and their powers, and the only thing left of the Trinity processor is Elvis / Ontos, because he still has that symbol on his necklace and it's glowing. This is the only sign of a conduit / Zohar that we see in Xenoblade 3. And I don't think it's a coincidence that the Aegis swords no longer have that symbol on them and that Malice is dead. But Elvis still has that symbol. And he looks unchanged from Xenoblade 1 to this screenshot, or this trailer, I mean. He looks identical to how he looked before. So maybe Elvis is just following the will of the people, like he did for Shulk when he wanted a world without gods. Maybe the people of Ulrist and Bionis combining their intelligence and engineers and creating Origin and essentially preserving everyone's life and restarting their worlds once the worlds collide and destroy each other. Maybe that's too far for Elvis, and he's the reason that the worlds were frozen in place and merged. Maybe that's why the fear and uncertainty of the worlds led to Mobius and all this craziness in Xenoblade 3. That would make sense, because when Nia explained it in Chapter 7, it did not make sense to me. This whole talk about light was our common language left, our form of communication. We pulled everybody together, we created Origin, but then it failed, and then Zed and his ringleaders showed up to freeze the world in place and like manage the world themselves and rule over it. I'm like, well, who the hell is Zed? How come he can do that? Or how can the people's collective consciousness and fears do that? How does that manifest into a being that controls everything? But Alphys being a part of it, or hell, the reason it happens, makes total sense. He could still be connected to the conduit, and he'd have enough power and the reasoning to do it. Because if he's in charge of it, the most logical thought in his position would be to listen to the people, to their will, to create a world that they want, to choose their destiny, like Shulk did when he told them that he wishes for a world without gods, and the whole origin thing and manipulation of people's life was probably too close to what Zanza / Klaus did in Alvis / Antov's eyes, and he's just following his program / wishes of Shulk. That would make sense. And then looking back at this right here,
Tell me why. Is this really what you want?
right there, that line makes a lot of sense too. Is this really what he wants? Who knows what Alvis wants? Maybe Alvis could not even be there. Maybe he's not even conscious. It's just the conduit / Zohar fulfilling Shulk's wish of world without gods. If so, fuck. Shulk is indirectly responsible for so much destruction. I wonder how that's gonna pan out, if that turns out to be the case, that Alvis is following the wishes / instructions of Shulk. And then this.
Get through to him. He's a heartless machine.
Why would Rex say that? You know, maybe Alvis has something to do with Pyra and Mithra not being there and the core crystals not being in the swords. Maybe he took away his family. Because now that I think about it, there's no mention of his kids with Pyra and Mithra. Only Mio, which is his and Nia's daughter. There's no mention of what happens to Pyra and Mithra either. Maybe Alvis did something to them. And that would cause Rex to resent him and do a complete 180 on his view on an Aegis. Because he was very sympathetic with Pyra, Mithra, and Malus. He understood the reasons they did what they did in Orist and the way they acted. Oh, and they had connections to their drivers. Whether it was a good or bad connection, like Rex and Mithra or Malthus and Malus, there was still that connection. And Malus and Jin had one too, that motivated them to do what they do. But in this case, just from those two voice lines and Alvis's face right there, Rex may be right. It does look like Alvis is just a heartless machine. He's just following his program. He's just following what he was told to do. That's it. That makes a lot of sense now that I think about it. Then we go into here, which looks very Bionis-like. But obviously it's like a mix of the two worlds, because I'm pretty sure these creatures down here are from Xenoblade Chronicles 2's world. I remember seeing those in Gormott. But the other thing that threw me off was House Van Damme dude. This guy, the knockoff Fei Fong Wong. What is he doing here? Because I thought that the founders and Shulk and Rex happened in two different time periods. Like Shulk and Rex were in Ionios. They obviously grew up. They fought against Mobius, but they mentored two of the founders, and they later on founded a city with, what was it, 4 other people? I thought that's how it went. At least that's how I understood the lore of the city. Unless it's supposed to be that, yes, they did mentor them, but Shulk and Rex were very much involved in the creation of the city as well. If so, how long or how old is the world of Ionios if Rex and Shulk were alive long enough to found and aid the city and to that extent, and not just mentoring two of the founders? Who the hell knows? I mean, I don't mind that it's a prequel, to be honest. I wasn't looking forward to a prequel at first, because I just didn't see how Rex and Shulk would fit into it. The only way I thought they would be included was if it was a, like, before the worlds merge, or right after they merge, like the beginning of Ionios with some party members of Xenoblade 1 and 2, like maybe Shulk, Dunban, Rex, Morag, Tora, who knows. Just a mix-mash of both of them. That's what I was thinking. But House Van Damme dude is here. And I can't wrap my head around how this thing is going to play out. Or how far away this specific scene to the Shulk, Rex, and Alvis scene is in the story. Also, it looks like he has some sort of Ouroboros power. Dang it. Hold up. Yeah, it looks like an Ouroboros sort of apparition, or like ghost sort of spirit coming out of him. I guess sort of like stand or persona. As weird as that sounds. But yeah, that's a very unique power. I'm looking forward to seeing how this works out and how exactly Mr. Fei Fong Wong is able to use his powers along with his martial arts skills. That's very interesting. But just, I can not wrap my head around how this thing is going to play out. And how far into the lore of the city we're going to go into. Because if we have House Van Damme dude, Shulk and Rex, that's 3 playable characters. We at least need, what, 3 more to have a full party in this game? Because I don't see... I'm just giving us those 3 and leaving it at that. Unless it's Van Damme guy and there's Ouroboros apparition power, there's a different playable style for him. Maybe Rex has 2 different stances he can go between. Or Shulk does as well. Who knows? I'm just spitballing at this point. I don't know how the full party is going to work. Who's else going to be involved? Is it going to be more founders of the city? And or other Xenoblade Chronicles 1 and 2 characters going to return, not just Rex, Alvis, and Shulk. Actually, Melia and Nia. Melia and Nia make a lot of sense now that I think about it. those could be the other two party members. Who knows? Who knows? Hell, or Rex and Shulk could just be heroes at this point. I have no idea. I'm so hyped, but also so confused as to how this damn thing is gonna turn out. But I can't wait. Can't fucking wait to play this story, because this is more of what I wanted from Xenoblade Chronicles 3. A true culmination and meeting of the, not just the worlds of Xenoblade Chronicles 1 and 2, but the people of those worlds. I'm happy that it's at least Rex and Shulk. The two main characters are coming together to face a common enemy. That's so cool. Yeah, those are literally all my thoughts. I don't know what the hell is going to happen, but I'm looking forward to it. And I think this is supposed to come out later this spring. Or fall, I mean. Well, whatever. You know, if they take the time and make sure everything's polished, that's great. But if it comes out sooner than expected, like the base game did, that would also be great. Yeah, that's all my thoughts. I don't know if I'd ever do a video like this again, but yeah, I just figured I'd rant about the, or not even rant, just talk about the little 1 minute teaser and give out my thoughts, because I have no other friends that are into Xenoblade. So yeah, peace out, and let's see how this DLC story turns out.